Welcome to our yoga before bedtime session. We're going to start seated, so just bring yourself to a comfortable position. I've got a block behind me here to support me as I'm seated, so feel free to make sure that you're similarly comfortable. So gently closing the eyes, having the hands resting in the lap, and becoming aware of the contact of the sit bones, different parts of the legs, ankles and feet in contact with something, the mat, the floor, the cushions, blankets. And starting to take the breath in and out through the nose, we're going to deepen the breath as we just explore our present experience. And so on the next inhale, taking a nice breath right down into the belly. Exhaling, breathing a little bit more air out. Lovely, breathing now into the belly, into the ribs. Exhaling. Breathing through the whole of the torso, belly, ribs, chest. And continuing with that, becoming aware of the spine, making sure the heart's in line with the hips, the head in line with the heart, and the shoulders and the face is really relaxed. So for the next couple of breaths, breathing in behind the belly into the back, so you feel the spine, feeling the breath expanding into the back of the waist, the ribs, the sides of the ribs, in and around the shoulder blades, into the armpits, the upper back. Exhaling, just settling. It's as if on the exhale we can simply arrive. We'll do that again together. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, we're taking the eyes up, opening the eyes and taking the hands up, looking up. Exhale, bring the hands down and the chin into the chest. We'll do that a couple more times, nice and slow with the breath, just really easy in the body. Lovely, last one, inhaling. Exhale. Little twist, left hand on the right knee, lengthening up on the inhale. Navel hugs back as you exhale, turning round to the right, changing sides. So we're lengthening to the crown of the head on the inhale. Navel hugs back, gently turning round to look behind. Lovely, we'll do the same again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Wonderful. Coming to face ahead, lengthening up into the crown of the head so the chin tucks. On the exhale, rolling the chin down towards the chest. Inhaling, unfurling. Taking the gaze up or even the nose up to the ceiling, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Lovely. Exhale, just returning to look ahead. We'll do that again. So lifting up into the crown of the head so the chin tucks. And this one, as we roll down, we're just going to roll as far down as feels comfortable. The navel's hugging back to the spine, just rolling down towards the shoulder blades. You may feel the lower back as well. And then inhale, gently taking the gaze or the nose up. Exhale, lovely. Last one, lengthening up. Exhale, rolling down. Stay there, breathe in. Exhale, just see if you can go a little deeper, but don't force anything. It's just about easing through that upper back, back of the neck stiffness. Lovely, coming back to face forward. So lengthening up into the crown of the head. I'm taking my left hand, popping it on the ear, and exhale and just drawing the head down to that left side. Relaxing the whole of the right shoulder and arm. Lovely. Other side, so lengthening up into the crown, right hand comes over onto the left ear, drawing the head down. Lovely, and release. So lengthening up into the crown of the head on the inhale. Exhale, chin down to the chest. Next inhale, slow arc to one shoulder. Exhale, a slow arc along the chest to the other shoulder. So you're inhaling as you come up to the shoulder, exhaling as you go down to the center of the chest. If you'd like to have a go at full head rotations, exhaling as you wait at one shoulder, and then on the inhale, just taking, it could be the gaze, it could be the nose, over, across, and down to the opposite shoulder. And on the exhale, you're coming across the chest. I'm not explaining that brilliantly. So on the inhale, you're going across in a rainbow, making sure the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and on the exhale, you're going across the chest in a smile. So just doing a couple of those one way and then changing direction. Pausing, inhaling, exhaling, just taking the head across the chest in a smile, and then inhaling over in a rainbow to the opposite shoulder. Just doing that so an even number of times. So a couple of times one way and then back the other way. So we're just going to come over to this left shoulder. You may be at a different shoulder, and then finish by bringing the head down to the center of the chest on the exhale. Inhale, coming back to look ahead. Lovely. So from here, just popping off your block or cushion and coming to all fours for a cat-cow. We're just going to move through the spine to really relax the body. When we work with the back line of the body, the front line of the body, these are the meridians for the water element, and it's very, very calming, very good for switching off our stress response. So we're going to start on the exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding the back as the navel hugs up, tucking the chin in, and on the inhale, untucking the tailbone, bringing the awareness up the front of the body. So the shoulder blades are going down towards the waist. We're lifting the gaze, making sure the tongue is on the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, coming up the spine to the crown of the head. Inhale, coming from the front of the body, from the pubic bone, up the chest to the roof of the mouth. Gaze lifted. So we'll just do a couple of those. Exhaling, tailbone to the crown of the head. Inhale, pubic bone to the roof of the mouth. We'll just do one more. Exhale. Inhale. Wonderful. Coming back to all fours and extending the left leg. We're just going to cross it a few inches past that right leg. Not too far, not right out, but just a few inches. So when we exhale, we can look round that right shoulder and see the toes. And the toes are tucked under. We're stretching away into the heels. So a good stretch in the calf. Lovely. Coming back on the inhale, changing sides. Exhale. Crossing the right leg, looking round at the toes. Inhale, coming back. So making sure that the navel's drawn back towards the spine on the exhale. Inhale, coming back. Right leg, exhale, looking round the left shoulder. Inhale, coming back. So I'm going to progress this now. I'll just demonstrate it using the right leg, but you continue with your left. Crossing that leg over, looking round the left shoulder, or the right shoulder if you're using your left leg, and then bringing the instep down. Seem to be where the blocks are. Bringing the instep down, and if you're feeling sugary, this back or middle leg can tuck behind. And then from here, opening up, elbow, wrist, palm, taking the arm all the way overhead, going a good stretch through that upper side of the body. The gaze can be up to the palm or down at the floor, especially if you're feeling that you need to focus on feeling tired. You don't want to put too much energy in. Lovely. So popping the hand down, knee down. Let's change sides. So I'm using now the left leg, coming straight down to the instep, inhaling, unfurling, elbow, wrist, palm, and then taking the arm overhead. So any issues with the shoulders? Up to you what you'd like to do with the arm. You can always pop it down onto the flank and then bring it under and up. So that may feel a lovely and more delicious and comfortable way to come into that stretch. Wonderful. Popping the hands down, popping the knees down, coming back into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching, hips back towards the heels, forehead down on the mat, or you may wish to make a little pillow out of your hands, or even cup the forehead and the heel of the hands, and just breathing into the whole of the spine. Exhale, relaxing. Lovely. We'll do one more. So extending the arms out. On the exhale, engaging bandhas. Inhaling, lifting up the head, the shoulders, the hips, adjusting the knees and feet to hip width. So the hips are coming forward as we inhale, the shoulder blades are going down the back, so we're tucking the elbows in. And then we're lengthening up into the crown of the head, peeling the gaze up. Exhale, hinging back into child's pose, coming into moon flow. We'll just do a couple of these just to really soothe the whole of the central nervous system. Inhaling, unfurling, the eyes can be closed if you wish. Exhale, moving from the navel, drawing back to the spine as you hinge the hips back to the heels. Lovely, one last one. Inhaling, coming up into upward dog, and then moving through all fours, tucking the toes, downward dog. So really bending the knees, pressing into the palms, feeling grounded through the palms, engaging bandhas to stretch the sit bones away. I'm going to roll the heels up on the inhale, walk the dog, stretch one heel down, bend the other knee on the exhale. Inhale, heels up, exhale, heels down. So just moving through the body, moving through the legs, getting a good stretch, moving through the soles of each of your feet, just feeling nice and languorously stretchy. Next, exhale, both heels down. Lovely, rolling heels up, and then both heels down, really drawing those sit bones a little further away. Popping the knees down, once again, back into child's pose. So, from here coming up to all fours, bringing the hands directly underneath the shoulders for threading the needle. Starting with the left arm, opening up, elbow, wrist, palm, and then exhale, threading it through. And we're just going to do this 3 times on each side, just to work in between the shoulder blades. Inhaling, opening up, exhale, threading through. And when we thread through, the whole of the arm relaxes down. That right elbow is above the wrist, it's not flopped down, it's making like a little right angle. Lovely, last one, inhaling all the way up, exhale, coming back to all fours and changing sides. Right hand now, elbow, wrist, palm, feeling that opening through the armpit, along the arm. Exhale, navel hugging back to the spine. Inhale, opening up, and exhale, threading through. Lovely, last one. Inhaling, opening all the way up. Exhale, coming back to all fours. And from here, we're going to come into Anahata Asana. So, we want to keep the hips above the knees as we start to lower the chest down towards the mat. And the easiest way to do that, to check the hips haven't come too far forward or back, is to look behind you as you lower down. Now, if you're wearing your PJs, you're just ready for bed, you may have to just move that top out of the way as it's baggy to make sure you've got the hips above the knees as best you can. And then bringing the forehead down on the mat and just wiggle the arms away from you a little bit so you feel that stretch in the chest and in the armpits. Engaging bandha, pressing into the shins, the tops of the feet. So you feel that stretch in the chest, around the armpits. Breathing all the way in, breathing all the way out. Lovely, one more, breathing in. Exhaling, we're going to come forward into Sphinx. So the hips are coming down onto the mat, bringing the shoulders below the shoulders, the elbows below your shoulders. And we're rolling the shoulders down. So we're lifting up through the shoulders. We're not sagging low between them, but we're pressing into the forearms, lifting into the back of the neck, tucking the tailbone, navel hugging back, away from the mat towards the spine, and then we can take the gaze up a little bit. So if this feels okay, you're welcome to press into the palms, lift the elbows, and just lift up into Cobra. Noticing if your legs are flopped to the outside, can you gently rotate them internally so you're resting on the tops of the legs and they feel a little bit more alert. Lovely, well done. Exhale, just making a little pillow out of the hands. Forehead down on the hands, rocking the hips. Lovely, and then from here, just bringing the hands either side of the chest, hinging back into child's pose. So on the exhale, bringing the hands either side of the head. On the inhale, rolling onto the crown, tucking the toes, making sure the feet are hip width, lifting the head. We're going to, on the exhale, press into the hands, rock back on the feet, coming into a lovely, very soft forward fold. So the legs are nice and bent and the navel's hugging up towards the spine as we lengthen the spine towards the mat. Now dropping the hips, inhaling, coming up. Hi Mishka. All the way up, exhale. We're just going to finish with a couple of really lovely prostrations. So inhaling, taking the hands up. Exhaling, folding down. And we're not even really folding. As soon as we come down, we're bending the knees, popping the hands on the mat. We're going to bring the whole body out along the mat. My Mishka. Might end up being a cat sandwich. And then when we're down, bringing the legs together, the palms together, outstretched. So we're nice and long like a compass. Forehead down on the mat. So breathing all the way in. Exhaling, just inviting the whole body to melt down. We'll do the same again. Breathing in. Exhale, popping the hands by the chest, tucking in the elbows in. Inhaling, coming into a nice easy upward dog, lifting the hips. Exhaling, hinging back into child's pose, keeping the knees and feet hip width. Next exhale, popping the hands either side of the head. Inhale, rolling onto the crown, tucking the toes. And then rocking back on the exhale, rocking back on the feet into that forward fold. Unfurling, coming all the way up. Just going to start out with rest. Lovely. Exhale. So we'll just do one more together. And if you wish, you can close the eyes. Inhale, taking the hands up. Really soften the knees so you feel that alertness through the soles of the feet. On the exhale, we're bending at the knees. We're bringing the hands down on the mat. We're walking ourselves out along the mat, bringing the knees down, lying the whole body out flat. Legs together, palms together, breathing in. Exhaling, just softening, becoming really heavy. Lovely. And then bringing the hands back, either side of the chest. Inhale, up into a nice easy upward dog. Exhale, hinging back, child's pose. Bringing the hands either side of the head. Lovely. So, next inhale, rolling onto the crown as we tuck the toes and lift the head. Exhale, pressing into the hands to rock back on the feet, forward fold. And then very slowly unfolding. No rush, coming all the way up. We're just going to finish by lying down on our front for 10 slow breaths. So let's completely move into the next one, just folding down, walking the whole body out along the mat. And what you can do is make sure you've just got like a little folded blanket. I'll just bring mine there. So nothing too high. And just bring your head down to rest on this blanket. It should feel really comfortable. And figure out if you want one hand up and the other hand down or the other way. So we're just going to close the eyes and breathe 5 slow breaths with the head facing one way and the arms and shoulders feeling however feels most comfortable. And just with every breath out, inviting the weight of the body just to soften and sink down into the earth. And then simply changing sides, turning the head to the other side, rearranging the arms as you need. And just 5 slow, steady breaths facing the other way. Lovely. And then just without disturbing yourself too much, just making your way up to a more upright position to finish the practice. Thank you very much for joining me for this yoga before bedtime session. I wish you a really wonderful and restorative and delicious sleep.